start with what is ETL and all.
Okay.
What is ETL, where it is used, and so on.
Okay.
So from there, I'll go next the introduction about Informatica Power Center. See, basically, Informatica is a corporation which produces multiple products, among them Power Center, Data Quality, MDM, Master Data Management,
Okay.
Information Lifecycle Management,
What's ILM you said?
Information Lifecycle Management,
Okay.
Cloud Service, Metadata Manager Service, many other.
Okay.
Among all these, Power Center is the product that helps us with ETL operations. Okay, among all these products, Power Center is the one that we use for ETL operations, and this is the most prominent and popular product among the rest of them.
Right.
So that is the reason usually people refer it as Informatica itself. But to be specific, from Informatica, Power Center is the one we use for ETL operations.
Right.
Okay, so once after ETL introduction is given, then I'll explain about what is Power Center. It would be basically a server and client architectural tool. So what are the things on the server level we need to understand, even from a developer point of view. Though we don't go in deeper about what are the server components. I mean, as part of developer talk, I don't go in deep about server things. But usually if it is an admin training which I'm giving, admin training will be concentrated on the server level. What are the different services? How do you create multiple services? All that stuff.
So the training you're giving is twofold, as like these two are two separate things, or the same?
Exactly. Twofold thing. Admin is a separate track and developer is separate track. I mean, that is how usually it is.
Oh, okay.
If you would like us to cover both things, then yeah, we can also discuss on that, like how we wanted to take it up further.
Right. I mean, I'm looking more like a ETL developer should know the server components. If that you can cover in this.
Developer
So
should know the basic. I mean, I'll be giving you what is the expected awareness from a developer point of view. It's not that developer should be able to know end-to-end admin activities. But if we are interested in knowing end-to-end admin activities, that altogether a new track that we need to take it up and go. So that's what I'm doing.
Right.
From a developer point of view, what is that need to be understood? That is what I'll be covering in the developer track also.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
So those things will be covered. Server and client components. On the client components, what are the different components we have? What this purpose of each of them? Then we'll slowly start with the transformation objects. So module course is divided into two modules: advanced ETL and basic ETL.
Okay.
So in this basic ETL, all the transformations that we work with, different transformation objects we have to serve different purposes: filter transformation, joiner transformation, aggregator transformation, so like we sorted.
Right.
But almost I'll be covering 19 transformations as part of the course, and also working with different source types and target types, like relational sources and targets, file source targets, and even XML sources and targets. So those are the things we will be seeing in the basic ETL module.
Okay.
And once we go to advanced ETL module, this is where we talk more about the real-time aspects of it, advanced implementation of the tool. So for example, incremental loadings, different types of loads, how do we perform?
Okay. Does this include the performance too? Performance side aspect?
Yeah. CDC, SCD, all those things. And parameterization concept. How do you parameterize your mappings?
Okay.
and automation of the mappings. Performance tuning, how do you tune the performance of your mappings? And what else? A few of the advanced techniques that can help us to improvise or reduce our efforts. Okay, like you have maplets, worklets, target load plans, consummate load ordering, incremental aggregation. There are certain topics which are all pretty much used in the real time in order to reduce our efforts and even for an efficient development of the Informatica workflows or mapping. So all those things will be covered as part of the advanced ATL module. So that is how the flow goes. And from the deliverables point of view from the course end, I'll be taking care of the installation and configuration, software installation configuration.
Okay. Which version of the?
The latest one is 9.6.1, so I'll be doing the same thing.
Okay.
And today actually they are going to roll out to version 10.
Oh, today. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, today. Yeah, we have a webinar. So they'll be giving out the official announcement and maybe into market down the timeline in a month or two they'll be rolling out, I guess.
Okay.
So basically, anyway, as of now, 9.6.1 is the current one, and I'll be installing that one
Yeah.
and training the others.
Yeah. I think yeah, 9.6.1 works fine.
Yeah, yeah. And course materials will be given, and session recordings also will be shared with you.
Okay.
That's pretty much from my side. Any other assistance needed and all that stuff also will be given.
Okay. So these are the main things
Yeah,
as part of this course.
correct.
So both the
And
basic and advanced are part of this course.
yes, exactly. Both basic and advanced are part of this. So yeah, like I mentioned, no, from scratch level, even for people who are entirely new to ETL or even entirely new to IT, they should be
Okay.
able to understand from the scratch level, and they should be once after the completion of the course with a good amount of practice and all, they should be able to attend the calls and take up the interviews also.
Right.
That is the flow goes.
Okay.
And now that you are already working with another ETL tool, it should be pretty easy to just to capture. You just have to
Right.
correlate, okay, what is the thing there you're doing, how you have been doing here and
Right.
all.
Yep. Sure. And how about one other term here on DAC, Informatica with DAC. So what is that with DAC?
Okay, batch, say here we design multiple mappings.
Right.
The mapping is nothing but say for example from table A to table B I'll develop a mapping. Maybe that includes multiple transformations.
Right.
Transform. Another mapping is something table C to table D. See, and another mapping maybe table B to table E. So likewise, multiple mappings are there, multiple loads I have designed.
Okay.
Now I can run these different mappings in a sequential order or in parallel order concurrently.
Right.
So I can run them as a separate objects or as part of the same workflow. So for example, when I start a batch, start a workflow, if M1 after M3 has to run, then this is a sequential batch.
You're
Running
typing
all of
something
the,
stuck actually. I don't see you typing.
sorry?
After the start, I don't see anything you're typing.
Yeah, maybe it got paused or something. Is the screen moving or is it got stuck?
Oh, no. Yeah, now I just see M. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's enough. Okay. M1 to
Okay,
M3 to.
so
Okay.
yeah. Otherwise, it could be also like this, like That is a sequential processing, sequential
Right.
batch. Batch is nothing but running multiple objects at the same time.
Right.
Now, from the same start, I can do M1, I can do M2. M1, M2 are here concurrent batch.
Okay.
Now after these, I load M3. So M1, M3 are concurrent, and for M1 and M3, M2 is a sequential.
Right.
Okay. So likewise, a batch is nothing but running multiple mappings as part of the same workflow. And within a batch, it can be a concurrent batch or a sequential batch. Concurrent in the sense you run all those mappings at the same time parallelly, or if you would like to run them one after another, sequential. So that's nothing but a batch.
Right.
So those things, how do you schedule these batches? That is what I call it as automation. So automation you can do from within Informatica itself. We have a built-in scheduler.
Okay.
Sometimes people use that. Sometimes they prefer the third-party scheduler tools. So how do you integrate with third-party scheduler tools is they just need to introduce the Unix framework. So I'll touch base at the high level. How do you integrate your third-party scheduler tool in order to automate your Informatica workflows? So that part also I'll be touching base as part of advanced tutorial module.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah.
So DAC falls under that automation part.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other queries you have?
I think that's the main. I mean, performance parameterization, automation, loading
Yeah,
strategies.
just I quickly jotted down a couple of points. There are many more,
Right.
which will be covering, I mean, purely in the real-time aspect, whatever things we come across, whatever things we should be able to know, all those things will be covered in the advanced detail concept.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think.
All right, then. So, how soon you are likely to start?
So yeah, I'm pretty much willing to start as soon as I can, but some I have to have these timing constraints, some
Okay.
commute issues here. So
Mhm.
yeah, I need to think on that one. So I just wanted to see a demo and the concepts concept,
Mhm.
the topics you're going to cover in this part of as part of this course. So Informatica, yes, I understand the basic things like transformations, source target types, and source qualifier, all these things, but still wanted a good
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's what I know is is not enough to really.
Yeah. Do that because see, whenever we're working with multiple ETL tools, basically would be one and the same. Is that nomenclature or naming conventions would be different. Say, for example, if you take data stage, there we call them as stages, filter stage, right, sort stage. Here we call them as transformations.
Okay.
In SSIS, we'd call it as task, filter task. So yes, the naming convention would be different. Basic transformation activity would be more or same across all the ETL tools.
Right. In the
Just
end, yeah.
these advanced topics, how we implement is somewhat a typical approach from
Right.
one tool to another. Even in the advanced topics also, fundamental, I mean, the baseline would be same. Say, for example, if you take incremental loads,
Right.
CDC or CD,
Yep.
basic concept is same, but just that how do you achieve that is what different.
Right.
Okay,
Implementation.
say, for example, if you take SSIS. In SSIS, for slowly changing dimension, there can be a stored procedure written. But if here when you come here, you need to develop a mapping with different transformation objects.
Right.
In data stage, there is a separate stage available. So likewise, different approaches are different. That's it. That approach you just need to cultivate. That's it.
Okay. So is the ETL Informatica is the only course you teach, or any other BI tools related courses you teach?
I teach data quality, Informatica data quality.
Okay.
So that is for data profiling, validation of data.
So that's not part of the course. That's a separate course.
That is again a different thing. This is ETL operation. That is a data quality operations.
Right. Sometimes we put.
Sometimes as part of the role, a particular resource is supposed to deal with both data quality and ETL. Yeah.
Okay. So even the admin is a separate course, you're saying. Informatica.
Exactly. Admin is again a separate track, because there some of the specific admin activities should be seen. But this is a developer track. I mean, usually developer doesn't detail about it. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, deployments, migrations, all those. I mean, if I want to deploy to other environments, what steps you need to, as a developer, you need to make? Like, how do you migrate the map?
At high level, I'll be explaining about how to deploy and all. But at the root level, like how do you migrate, how do you take the backup of your repository, restoring.
Yeah. I think that's more on the admin side, right? Yeah, I'm definitely looking on a developer role, the developer side. So, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, Kranti, then we'll wrap up here for now.